It is another episode of Candy Kisses TV here on a Motivation Monday, and I'm here with the one and only. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Why, you don't remember my name?
Of course I do, but you know all the bars. You know your hashtags, you know your Instagrams, you know all that.
Oh, okay, I'm supposed to share all that. Okay.
Yes.
I'm Eva Jane Bunkley. Let's see, IG would be I am Eva Jane, personal. Business is either Eva Jane Beauty or the Makeup Bullet, and yeah, that's where I am.
Okay. Well, I know her as an Emmy Award winning makeup artist, so we're gonna get into some makeup talk.
Okay.
My first question.
Yes.
When did you know makeup was what you wanted to do as a career?
Oh, do I know that now? I don't know. I see. I'm on like my third career.
Okay.
I like overlap them.
What was the first?
Makeup was my first. I've been doing makeup since my 20s.
Okay.
And then, I'm a film producer, indie filmmaker. Been doing that since my 30s. And then in my 40s, it's been the whole product thing, like creating and inventing and patenting. And so I like to mix it all together. So I guess I'm an artist.
Of
so
course.
when did I know I wanted to be an artist?
Right.
I've always enjoyed creating. So whatever I'm creating. So makeup or films or things.
So what age was that when you decided that this is going to be my career path?
I'm going to be creative. Oh my gosh. I really don't know. I went to college and I changed my major like 5,000 times.
Okay.
I was that chick. I mean, first I thought I was going to be I wanted to do advertising. I was like, oh, I want to be an advertising executive and create these ad campaigns for like...
But that's still arts.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
And then I was like, no, I'll be a teacher. And then I did some student teaching. I was like, no, I'm not going to do this.
Kids are hard.
And I was like, ooh, pre-dentistry, pre-med, architecture. Girl, I was all over the place.
Okay.
So it was like my junior year that I settled on textiles and clothing because I said, I will dress people. That's what I'm going to do. Wardrobe. And then I graduated school, moved here, did some wardrobe. It's like, I don't want to do this either. So makeup just came naturally. It really did. It just came naturally. I'd always done it. I'd made my girlfriends up in high school, and we played makeup even in middle school. So because
it didn't feel like work at that point, that's probably like, okay, this will work.
No, I saw an ad for a job for a makeup artist. So I was like, oh, I can do that.
Wait, but so you didn't even know if you had the skill set or nothing. You was just like, I'm just gonna try it.
Well, okay, so my senior year of college, I took a theatrical makeup class because I just thought, I was like, oh, a makeup class, that'll be fun. I really didn't take it with the intent, I don't think I can't remember intending like, oh, I'm gonna be a makeup artist. No.
Right, it was just something something to do, and it was creative. So
it was creative. It was kind of in the field. So between wardrobe and dressing people, I thought that was gonna be so exciting. Yeah. And I just didn't realize how stressful it was. It was something about, okay, so this is funny. My girlfriend did a post the other day. I think what drove me away from wardrobe was some video shoots that I did, starting with, it was a whole series of like working with Too Short.
Oh Lord.
And those sets,
I can imagine.
I was so stressed out. They kept changing scenes and we're gonna do this, and I was running back and forth to the mall, and they didn't like clothes sometimes. I'm like, okay.
So when you say wardrobe, because I know what it is to a degree, because I've seen it on the outside looking in. But wardrobe, if you go to a set and let's just say you picked out 20 outfits and they say we don't like any of them, you have to literally stop what you're doing and go find 20 more outfits.
Yes, that's how it was back then. Now here's the thing, and it's all going to depend on what production you're on. So it was so funny because my girlfriend, she really reminded me. We were going back and forth on social media, and she was like, yeah, our first music video, you remember that? You had all the clothes laid out, and they came there. He was like, yeah, I'm not wearing that. I'm just wearing this wife beater or whatever it was. It was just like, oh God. And then they're like changing the scenes. We're going to add a girl. We need this. We want a trench coat. Go get a trench coat. And it's like, but I'm sure other types, had I experienced maybe more organized or pre-planned sets of a film or something like that, maybe that would not have been the catalyst.
You would have got the time to get everything
that's
together.
all I had to kind of go on. Was this is what you do, and you're buying these clothes, you're taking them back, and I'm stressed if somebody's getting something on them because is that coming out of my... Yeah. It was just, I was 22. I didn't know any better. So that was enough for me to say, okay, just forget this degree. I'm just going to do this makeup thing because it's easier.
Let me tell you, the benefit I feel like for makeup is if you don't like it, wipe it off. That simple.
Yeah, and that's what it was. I'm I'm looking over at the makeup department. I'm like, they look unstressed. Like,
they look happy. Right?
Exactly. Right. So, and I was like, and I can do it. I can do this.
Okay. Yeah, the last time I went on set, I saw the difference between makeup and hair because I can do both, but I prefer to do makeup. And when I saw the hairline and I saw the makeup line, I was like, I'm gonna stick to makeup.
Yeah, so no slight to short, because I mean, I loved his music when I was in college. We'd be bumping it, so I was so excited to be on that set. But the reality of working in that environment like just came crashing down, and I was like, is this what wardrobe is? So yeah, so there's that. There's my truth.
Okay. Well, moving on, what prompted you not to only be an entrepreneur but an inventor?
I think it's one of those things with, if something doesn't exist, can I make it exist? Am I capable? So I'd come up with other inventions and other ideas.
Yes, you have quite a few right now.
Yeah, now that I learned how to do it and the method and how you can make it happen, because there are some things that I couldn't make happen. So what you see when you see the makeup bullet, of course, that was like the first thing that I said, you know what, I think that this is something that I could actually make happen. So it's just born out of a need. I was on set, and I am a very unorganized person when I'm doing makeup. Everything's spread all over the place.
Like most.
And I just could not find my blender. And I had somebody in my chair. I was time sensitive. She had to get to set, and I'm stressing out because I don't know where I put the thing. Is it on the floor? I didn't know. And the thought just popped in my head like, dang it, if it was attached to my finger, that'd be one less thing I'm looking for. And then I was like, wait, is that a thing? I don't know, but
I'll figure it out later, right?
So yeah, so when I kind of did some research, I was like, wow, that's not a thing. Like I could maybe do this, but it took a lot of years for me to even develop the confidence to go for it and make the makeup bullet. Even after that moment of aha,
why?
Because then the fear sets in. You're like, oh, can I really do it? Should I do it? I don't know.
Well, I think
you can't relate because she's amazing and she just does everything in her heart and just launches out fearlessly.
Well, no, the thing is, I think the fear wasn't necessarily that it can't be done. The fear was more so, how am I going to do it?
Yeah.
So and once you figured it out, you're like, oh, I got it.
Well, and then like, is this a viable concept? This is something that I think is amazing. Would anybody else think it's amazing? I don't know.
Listen, we sell it here at the store location.
Yes.
And as soon as I introduced it and showed people how to use it, they were like, oh my God, I should have got this years ago. Who is this person? How does she make it? And I'm like, listen, buy it and go to her website. But yeah, when actually my mom came and purchased one as well, and she was like, that is such a neat idea. And I was like, well, what made you? Because like, I know why it's amazing, but you know what people, my mom does makeup, but not to the point where she's in the industry. But I was like, well, what do you like about it as just a regular person using it? And she was like, because when I do my makeup, typically I use my fingers. And this is easier. I can just do this and I ain't got to worry about dirty with my fingers. I can wash my hands, go on about my business. I'm like, okay.
And that's what it's for. It's for the everyday woman who's just like trying to get out the door. You don't want to spend all this time in the makeup mirror, everything getting all messy and disorganized. It's about time.
And it's for the impatient person like myself. When I tell you I can literally use a makeup bullet and do my makeup at the most 10 minutes, but typically about 5, because I'll use the makeup bullet, do my foundation, clean it off, do my eyeshadow, roll it on, I'm out the door. That's convenient for me because I'm not gonna sit there all day and do makeup. I just no.
And I'm gazing at your eyeshadow now. It's so pretty.
Yes, this is the new remix collection that we're launching October 19th. She's also wearing it. It is called Nice for What, and we're already sold out. So you can go ahead and get your pre-orders on, because yes, we have sold that out already.
Man, I love this. I really do. For those who can't even do makeup, this is like easy peasy.
Oh yeah, it makes it look like you did a lot of work and all you did was put one shadow on, but it has 3 colors in that one shadow.
That's amazing. Okay.
All right, my next question is, what do you think is your signature go-to look when you're doing a glam look on a client or on yourself?
Well, the main thing that I make sure I do is just give that person dimension.
Okay.
That is like the thing. I mean, if I'm doing something super glam, or even if I'm doing an everyday look, I'm always going to build dimension in your face. Okay. I'm going to have you highlighted. I'm going to have you contoured. And the thing is, it might be very subtle. It might not be like, somebody could see it, but I like creating that dimension, especially if you're going to take a photo. Right. Then it makes a difference. It makes a huge difference. So I think it's about where you're going, what's going to be happening, and then I like for my clients to feel like themselves and not necessarily I'm transforming them into something else. Now,
right.
you know, if they're like, I want to be super glam and somebody that you can do up, okay, go for it. But there's a lot of women who's just like, I don't wear makeup, but I know I need it for this.
Right.
And you do a little bit of something for them, they're like, oh my God, I've never looked like and they're
you highlight a brow bone, they like, oh my God.
Exactly. And it's just like, oh, that did so much. But they think they're just like glammed up, ready for housewives or something.
Right.
So it's one of those things that really you just want to fulfill the needs of your client.
Okay.
And then I don't hinge too much on, but this is my art.
Right.
And, you know, I don't go there too much, but, you know, I might say, oh, don't tell me about it.
Oh, no, I've been there before.
If it's just like, oh, you didn't get to do anything, it's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
There was makeup. I was there. They refused. Whatever it is. You know.
Right. So, what is your signature look? If you say I'm going out for an award show or not on the town, what would be your signature look that you would you do a smoky eye? Would you do something just classic and simple, or?
I do like smoky. I like a big bold lash. You know, I like lashes. I like to, you know, really cut out my brows, however I'm gonna do those. I like to add a lot of depth to my eyes because I have a hooded lid and I have like kind of puffier eyes, so I really gotta kind of add that depth.
Right.
Yeah, I really kind of gotta add that depth to it. Otherwise, it's just like, as I was coming up, especially I can remember in middle school, I used to hate how much space was between my eye and my eyebrow. I was like, it's too much space. Like, I don't, you know, the things that you don't like about yourself, you come to appreciate when you get older, especially, it's like, oh, look at all this room I can, you know.
Right.
So really, I love my wings. I always create wings in my eyeliner. One time me and my husband and kids, we were traveling somewhere and I found myself in a diner doing my eyeliner. We were like waiting on breakfast and I'm back. And he was looking at me, he was like, why do you always make a wing? And I was like,
because that's my thing.
I don't know. So I think like the next day I didn't do one and I'm like, it looks like now I have my justification because I really don't like me without wings. I really like wings. So there's that. I'm always going to have a little, you know.
Okay. All right. My next question is, what are some words of motivation and wisdom that you would give to any upcoming entrepreneur?
Well, I mean, it's not for everybody, but I think if you have the desire, then it's probably for you.
Okay.
So the way to kind of start out, I think, is organically. Don't necessarily like quit your job and jump out and get $100,000 loan because that could mean that you're ruining a lot of people's lives, potentially, if you're taking on employees, your own, if it doesn't like work like you think it's going to work, because if you have no proof of concept. Like right now I'm reading Damon John's book and it's about The Power of Broke is what it's called.
Okay.
And he talks about that. He's just like, you know, you have no proof of concept. You just think, oh, I'm going to just get this brick and mortar. I'm going to open up my business. This has always been my dream.
Right.
And you haven't sold anything. You just get your logo and you know, hang your shingle. But I mean, if it's not something that you're like totally like, oh, this is your experience with, I think a great way to do it is on the weekends, at night, do trade shows, that kind of thing. See if people actually want and will pay their hard-earned dollars for what you have.
Absolutely.
So what I did, I started out at trade shows, beauty trade shows, where people were buying things like what I had. And when I sold out by the beginning of day 2, it's like, oh, this is like really,
this is what I'm doing.
Yeah, this is really something. But even then, it was still, I wasn't like jumping out and, you know, selling everything. And no, it was one of those things where I just slowly got more orders, more press, more PR, more support, more influencers, and it built.
Right.
So, I mean, that's just one way to do it. That's just kind of, I think, a practical way to do it.
Okay. So you don't have to go full force, a little bit at a time.
You don't have to.
Okay.
And I think going full force can be the daunting thing to some, to where they don't try being an entrepreneur because they think, oh, well, if I can't do it this way, if I'm not getting a big loan and investors and, you know, getting on Shark Tank or whatever the case may be. Yeah. You know, owning 100% of your business is...
Listen, okay? Because the hard part, a lot of people don't understand that going full force may not be always what works for you. Because going full force could be going full broke. much.
It could be. So. It could be. Make those small, $500 mistakes rather than those, $1,000, $2,000, $1,500, whatever. Right. Just start small and then grow from there, and you'll learn so much along the way. So I really, really like to read lots of business books. Mm-hmm. I like to educate myself, and that's one way. You learn from somebody else's experiences. You learn from their challenges, and get a community of entrepreneurs. Go to seminars, networking, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, now on Kandid Kisses TV, we like to do a fun segment called Kiss or Diss. This is where I name some celebrity crushes. You're going to decide whether you're going to kiss or you're going to diss.
I'm not telling you why.
You can keep that between you and Jesus. I ain't got to know why. But the first one, Boris Kojo or Morris Chestnut. Who you kissing, who you dissing?
I'm going to kiss Boris on the cheek because I like his wife. She's sweet, and they're a wonderful couple. Okay. And I'm not going to say I'm going to diss anybody. You can say that part.
He did get shot, so. Okay. Next one, Tyrese or Tank. Who you kissing, who you dissing? What's that about?
I can't even say that I know it. Okay, so I did makeup on lots of people. Mm-hmm. I'll kiss Tank on the cheek again. Okay. I'm a married woman.
Well, I didn't say you had to take him home. I just said kiss or diss, so.
I can specify where I'm going to kiss.
Okay, fine. Last one.
In the air.
Morgan Freeman or Jay-Z? Who you kissing or who you dissing?
I'm going to give Uncle Morgan a big old hug.
Oh, he your uncle now. Okay.
I love his work. I'm a movie person.
Mr. Clark.
I don't necessarily do a whole lot of music. I listen to a lot of talking and watch a lot of movies. So. Yeah. Okay.
Well, that has been another episode of Kandid Kisses TV. Tell them where they can find you again on all social platforms.
Okay, let's see. IG, you can, I am Eva Jane personally, and my businesses are Eva Jane Beauty and The Makeup Bullet. So.
Yes, and you can find them on her website. Right? And you can also find them at Kissable Lips Cosmetics. Make sure you get some.
Come see her in person. And she can show you how to use it.
Absolutely. Talented entrepreneur doing great things in the community, need exposure? Kandid Kisses TV is the answer. Email KandidKissesTV@gmail.com to get started now. Kandid Kisses TV is sponsored by Kissable Lips Cosmetics.